Mike, obviously another week. We've got Kettering, of course, coming up away on Saturday. But first of all, how's everyone been looking after the Christmas period? Obviously, you had a game postponed during that time as well.
Yeah, no, lads have been good. Like I say, we wanted a game. Obviously, you want to have a reaction after a defeat, but wasn't meant to be. But it gives us some good time to get some good work done on the training pitch, which we've done, and lads have really responded well to it. So we're looking forward to it.
And has that extra time without a game, I suppose, maybe giving you a bit more time to reflect and analyse the few games over the Christmas period, since obviously you had a couple in short space of time, so you maybe didn't get to look as in depth at them as you might have liked at the time?
Yeah, definitely. We've, like I say, the focus is purely on us. I always say, we look at the opposition and see the strengths and weaknesses, but ultimately it's about what we do, and we get to that level, and that's what we've been focusing on this week, about making sure that we go back to our blueprint and we turn up on Saturday and give that performance.
And the weather's obviously caused a few issues all up and down the country at the minute. It's caused a few issues up here in terms of training as well. I suppose the kind of the grass pitch has been a bit frozen over, out of action, so you've been on the all-weather pitch recently. Has that kind of changed anything really, I suppose, with regards to training? Obviously some players maybe don't prefer playing on the 4G, but it's a good thing to have for you at the minute.
Yeah, I like to say the facilities here are very good. We've got the opportunity to go on the 4G. Lads on to I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. It is quite difficult on the joints, so we've just had to adapt to it with our load. So we've had to bring things into the warm up and extend that, and then just get a short and sharp blast in terms of aerobically. But a lot of the focus has been on tactics, so it's been good, and we've had the opportunity to be on the main pitch today.
And the first of a number of away games coming up this month in the form of Kettering. On Saturday, you maybe look at the league table and see that they're down there towards the bottom a bit, but they've actually gone on a bit of a run where they've been quite difficult to beat recently, so it's certainly not going to be an easy one going down there, is it?
No, certainly not. They're well drilled at what they do. They're big and strong, and it's going to be a difficult pitch. But yeah, that's something that we've got to stand up to and test ourselves. And this group, if anything, what I've learned over the last year or two is, when they are tested and there's been questions, they respond to it. So yeah, they've got good players. They've got a big target man up front. They work well off him. They've got some very good midfielders, lots of energy and a few goals. And they had a good result against Boston the midweek. So we know it's going to be difficult.
Do you potentially learn sort of as much playing against teams maybe towards the bottom and how you perform against them, just as much as when you're playing against a team who's second or third and fighting for the same thing as you towards the top end of the table?
I think you're always learning. Yeah, I think it's inherent with certain players that when the big teams come into town and the occasion is slightly bigger, the adrenaline lifts them, and you get some lads who kind of shy away from that. But we've got a group here that we do rise to the occasion. So these are the tests that we've got to make sure that we're mentally and physically ready for, because we have to stand up. Any good team finds a way to win regardless of their opponents.
In terms of the fitness and sort of the team news on how the lads are doing at the minute, how is everyone? Have you got any new injuries to contend with, or has the break kind of helped everyone in terms of their recovery?
Yeah, it's given us an opportunity to get a few lads back. There's been a few that we've had to monitor their load. Monty's been working hard since he's been out. So yeah, it's given us a little bit of an opportunity to reevaluate a few things, but then also get a bit of load into certain lads, which has been good.
And then just in terms of Larry Assani, of course, coming in on loan from Doncaster, what was it that you see in him that made you want to add him to the squad, and what kind of role do you think he's going to play for you?
I see him as a very good player. He's a very good addition. He's young. He's been in and around their first team. They speak very highly of him, and he's got a lot of ability. So he's coming here to get educated into men's football, which everyone has to tick the levels off. But he's got masses of ability, and we're looking forward to him because he's a great character, good build. He's technically very good, and he looked good today.